don't know why it changed signals. Last week, we was on the show, I turned it off, and
whatever today is. Thursday.
The 20th.
The 20th, yeah, thank you. Here, make it so you can actually see us. Hey, here we are.
Look, we're here.
And your computer's right. We had a little bit of some technical difficulties earlier, but we're getting things worked out.
Sort of.
Show number 214.
Things are really lagging.
What?
You're lagging over here.
I don't know why. We always give our guests the old laptop, and Dave's frozen over there. Anyway, show number 214 for January 20th, live from the Ron Miller Race Cars studio. Yeah, you can try that one, too. We can throw that one on. It is the Hammer Down Racing Report presented by Oakshade Raceway tonight. Coming at you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report, follow us on YouTube, listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, whatever. We don't care. Just choose one. And you can also check us out at hammerdownracingreport.com. Why I left that on there. Tonight on the show, Dave Gumby Jr., the champion of the Hangover Race at Sandusky Speedway this past weekend. Even though he's frozen on your screen, he's still here, and
for a while,
and we can still hear him because just turn that microphone closer to you there. Yeah, that's the one you're talking into.
Is that better for you?
Yeah. So Dave is here, even though he kind of looks like this on the screen.
That's fine.
It's fine. Maverick Morrow also supposed to be joining us. He was the winner of the Moonshine Stock feature. Yeah, 57 Chevy up in Michigan. He's having some trouble getting connected, too, so I've been playing technical support here for a couple of computers. So it's a little discombobulated to start off here tonight. Hopefully he'll be giving us a call here. We have a Hammer Down hotline to play back for you later in the show. Also, we'll do How Many for Big D's Pizza as well. So before we get things started, I want to thank Oakshade Raceway. We're the fastest meet to race, racing every Saturday night. Unless you're Jerry, he's got other plans on Saturday nights. He'll tell you about a little bit later. Tease! It's a tease.
Breaking news.
Yeah. Is it? Not yet. Almost. Follow Oakshade Raceway on social media. Visit oakshaderaceway.com. And, of course, Summer Nationals coming up on July 16th. That's the only
in a circular way. I kind of got to thank Pam that this all happened.
Oh, Pam has something to do with this?
What if you remember last year I was supposed to come up there with you guys, but she never got back with me. So I ended up where I was at, and then so in a big circular kind of way.
It seems indirect.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Big D's Pizza. Make sure to give them a call right now. 419-57. Let me start over. 419-547-1444. It's on the screen. It'll be scrolling right down here in a little bit. Or you just go to orderbigdspizza.com. Check out the pizza, subs, ribs, chicken, and more in Clyde, Ohio. They're, of course, hiring delivery drivers, too. Pizza Bites. New stuff there. So all kinds of cool new cheese and pepperoni pizza bites served with a side of marinara sauce.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah. So you got a chance to win. Well, call right now, order, and it'll be there by the time the show's over.
I don't think it'll be here.
It could be. How you doing over there, Ron? Ron's doing
hanging
some,
in there.
Okay. He's got some
If
stuff
we can
going
get Dean to deliver personally, I bet it'd make it here.
on. Yeah, and we'll be talking about some of the racing this past weekend at Sandusky Speedway as well as other areas. Also got to thank Ron Miller Race Cars, Freeze Frame Photos, Dippin Motorsports, also sponsors as well. How about I haven't gotten a message from Morrow. Maverick was trying to connect, and he was having some issues, so I don't know what's going on there. But we do have Dave Gumby here, and he's still frozen for some reason. But he's right there. You can come over and sit next to Ron.
Hard enough? Will it?
Maybe. Hold on. Let's do this. Let me see if I remove him.
And put him back
Put
in.
him back in. Now he's just a black box. Even better. We've had to censor Dave Gumby Jr. because he dethroned the many to long time. Although, when was the last time you won the Champagne Stock
3 years? Was it?
feature? 3 years ago was the last time you won?
Yeah. Because I won it, then Dittman won it last year, and Steve won it the year before after that.
So you've been dethroned for a little while then.
Well, I'm not counting last year because of the freaking rain. That was a debacle.
That's part of the
That
whole
wasn't
I
a
blame
race.
the
It was a
tree.
debacle.
Blame the tree. So Dave Gumby Jr., are you still trying to get that connected there?
Yeah, but I quit.
Did you?
Unless it decides to do it all on its own.
Dave Gumby actually won again.
A lot.
Led the whole thing. I think he popped back in for a
Hey,
minute.
we had this discussion last week, and Ron was, no. Just kind of dismissed it, but Ron Paul called it, and I agreed with him that Dave Gumby could be the man to beat.
He had some pretty nice pictures out there. Ron Paul was out there.
Yeah, but Ron Paul is prejudiced.
You should be prejudiced towards Gumby. He should be your favorite.
He's family. Steve is family. I'm family. Dylan Burt's darn near family.
Yeah.
So anyway, how'd you get the ride with the Kackemeister late model deal there? How'd that come about?
Well, honestly, it all started with the guy across from me.
So this is Ron's fault. Ron beat himself.
Yeah, it's all his fault. No, 2 years ago at Fremont for the Jim Ford Classic, we went out there. Well, Ron was racing Mark's truck and stuff, and Mark came up to me and asked me if I wanted to run it. I said, sure, why not?
So why did he come up to you and ask?
No idea.
Okay. So this has been a while in the making then.
I would say so.
All right. Did you have any say in as far as how the car was prepared?
Yes and no. Preferably, I would like a sideboard, but he's all about that wing. But hey, we're gonna.
I was going to ask about that.
And
'cause
Davey chose the tires.
Yeah.
okay, but you had a sprint wing on as opposed to the sideboard like the other late models, like Steve had and Dylan Burt. So, I mean, did you think you were at a bit of a disadvantage there? Were you questioning that choice?
No, not that part of it. It was more so I knew they had a lot more motor than me.
So how did you manage to stay out in front?
He didn't make any mistakes. The darn kid does not make any mistakes, Scott.
I've been behind him at that track last October, and he made a mistake, and I got by him.
Yeah, but look how long it took you to get by me.
It did
though.
take a while, but you made a mistake.
Yeah, because my tires went away finally.
So did you learn from that and apply? I mean, that was a totally different vehicle. I don't know that any of that would translate over to the late model with the sprint wing.
No, the late models is way more easier to drive than those trucks, and especially we were on asphalt tires, and I've never really ran them, and I used them up way too soon.
Right. So you didn't have asphalt tires on the late model.
No,
On
we had
Saturday.
dirt tires.
All right. So did I. I used mine up pretty badly.
Honestly, we only used up a right front, and that was it. That was in the heat race. After that, the other tires didn't even get wore out.
So were you taking it easy then?
No, I was giving her all she had. Just nice and smooth on the steering wheel.
And did you know that Ron was right behind you most of the race there?
I knew he was somewhere. I just knew when cautions came out, I would look up at the stands and see Neve and Drew Smith sitting there giving me how far they were behind me. And after that, it was like, after the last caution.
My granddaughter was telling you where I That rotten kid.
Isn't she your crew chief?
And Ron
anymore.
Paul was in the infield giving you hand signals. I saw those.
Wait, why was he doing that?
Because he and Mark are close friends. They work
This
together.
is a conspiracy. I'd had no idea. And I let you buy me without holding you up too much. Since
Oh, is that what happened?
yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't in your way, was I?
One time.
I don't think so. You're confused. So how happy were you to beat Mr. Miller here?
Honestly, I wasn't caring about who I beat. I was just happy to actually finish the race and everything else after all our bad luck I've had there running that race over the years.
Scott, if you remember, a couple of years ago, they ran an outlaw race on Valentine's Day.
Battery's dying.
That might be why it's not working. It's got a loose connection in the back. Is it better now?
No.
Wait, I saw it get brighter.
Oh, that was me because I clicked on the notification that popped up. Says I got 7 minutes left.
Ron's working on something over here. Is that one working? Except for it says, oh, I can change that. But yes, we're actively doing some computer work while we're doing. Yeah, this is working out real well. So
Organic.
yes. So how hard did you have to run to keep Ron behind you?
Honestly, all I knew is they were behind me, and I just had to not
Get
mess
up close to that microphone there.
Here, is that better?
That is much better.
Yeah.
But I just knew I had not let them by me and hit my marks every lap.
And he did.
If I made one mistake, I knew he was going to be right underneath me.
All right, here, let's do this.
Give a special welcome to
Just knew
Dwayne
I had
Hancock
not let
in
him
the
buy me
chat
and-
room.
Yep.
Here with us
I knew
tonight.
he was going to be right on it.
You got to mute him.
I'm trying. It's not letting me.
I'm trying. It's not letting me.
All right, we're just. All right, I don't know what's going on over there. Look, you're moving now.
Yep.
This computer's working. Go with that one. Just stay with that one.
Okay.
I see you moving now.
I'm just going to put that over there.
All right, just don't touch the computer, and we should be good now.
Okay.
Oh my God!
So how much input did you have in the setup other than the tires?
Honestly,
that?
not really. I don't
Did you
even-
talk to Mark Kackmeister before? Or you
Honestly, I
just
don't
kind of
think-
showed up.
I think, honestly, the car was the same when I ran it 2 years ago. The only thing we did is we put different tires on it. That was it. Say that thing after this race every year, unloads it, goes in the back of the shop and sits in the corner normally until like the week of. And then he works on it.
So will you be behind the wheel of it again anytime soon before next year?
Like maybe in April. I already had that discussion with this car owner, and he said, "Whatever Dave wants, Dave gets."
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal.
With respect to that car.
So will we see you in April at the?
If we can find some tires, we got to find tire fun for it.
The tires that came off the car look pretty good.
I still that was only one set. That's all we had. We need a tire sponsor.
Now, do you think it'll do? You think you'll be all right running with the other late models without the wings, just a regular UMP late model?
Yeah, I don't see why not. That's what it was originally.
Okay. Any other chances we'll see it at a dirt track?
Maybe at Fremont in September. They have
The
the
steel block
class.
race.
Oh, okay. They're having that again.
Yep. Other than that, probably not. We ended up landing a truck deal this year, so we're gonna go run Fremont.
Oh, well, that was another
in a
one of my
truck.
questions. Well, what other plans did you have? You're going to run the full season
Yep, full time at Fremont.
for who you running for?
You guys will find out.
Is this another Kackemeister truck, or is
Nope.
this
Nope.
does this have something to do with Corey McCoy?
Nope.
Is this a surprise?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay. When are you gonna announce it, or is you just gonna show up and that's gonna be the announcement?
Pretty much. Y'all are gonna figure out what truck I'm in, and we're just gonna go out there and have fun.
Is this a truck that's gonna be competitive?
Yeah, it was a competitive
So you-
truck. I've already drove it once.
Have you?
Yeah.
At Sandusky, as a matter of fact?
Maybe not. Could have been the truck I drove
that-
at Oakshade 2 years
Is
ago,
that the
too.
truck I passed you in October?
I don't recall that.
I do. I do recall that. Jerry
I
sighing
can
over
promise
there.
you it's not the RK1.
So wait. Wait, is the person you were driving for, does he have another truck?
Nope.
So is he not driving then?
He was just the owner. He had somebody else driving for him.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of somebody else then. I think I'm thinking of the wrong person. Well, when you feel comfortable, you let us all know. But we'll see you at Fremont in a dirt truck this year, huh?
Yep, that's the plan. We're just going out there, have fun, try something different for once.
You got any friends out there?
Well, we got Mark and Corey and all them.
Okay.
And then
We'll see how friendly Corey is when you're on the track against him.
Yeah, we'll see. I know how he is in my backyard.
Okay.
And he's pretty close with the folks in the 4M trucks, so
Fair enough.
Tim Baker owns that, so yeah, he'll have friends.
So when's the last time you actually ran a full season?
It would have been 2017. I almost ran a full season until I broke a motor, and then we hit or missed at the end of the year.
Was that in a bomber at Oakshade?
Yeah, that was in the wife's car.
The wife's car. That's right. She is your wife now.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yes.
Everybody's getting old. so old. Well, congratulations on your win. I'm not sure what happened to Maverick here. I think he may have given up. But Maverick Morrow was supposed to join us as well. Another one of the winners at Sandusky on Saturday for the Hangover Race.
Yeah.
Did you have fun at least?
I had a great time.
I mean, you had a good seat to see
It was a
who
little
won.
chilly, but the trailer was warm. We had tons of food, a lot of friends. Some people showed up that I hadn't worked with or raced with for a while. No, it was a great day, Scott.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Sorry I missed it. I missed
Yeah,
the Hangover Race because I was hungover.
Dave, I forgot to tell you, halfway through the race, my receiver quit working. Apparently, it doesn't like cold weather.
Mine didn't work at all.
I had to restart it a couple of times. Did I miss anything?
Not that I know of.
Did the race director tell us to double up, double file, or anything?
He tried after the incident with Steve and Dylan and stuff, but nobody doubled up, and he's like, you know what, we're just going single file.
Yeah, mine was all static the whole time.
If my receiver had worked, we would have been double file, David.
That's how that worked out for your son in the heat race.
I had nothing to do with anything that happened to his son this year. Many years ago, maybe, but this year it was all good. So, all right. So Maverick's going to check in here in just a minute, and we'll talk to him. I just got a message from him. Jerry, you want to do a racing roundup real quick?
Sure, we can do that.
Or how about we just talk to Maverick now?
Let's talk to Maverick.
Why not? Hey, is this Maverick?
Sure is.
Hey, Maverick. It's Scott Hammer.
Maverick, I hope you haven't been listening. The show isn't quite going according to plan tonight.
You're not the only one that's been having computer issues, phone issues.
Yeah, I've been trying the whole time to figure out how to allow my phone to connect, but it just keeps blocking my mic and camera.
Yeah, well, we have several laptops here. I think two of them are working. But anyways, Maverick, is it Morrow or Morrow? How do you pronounce your last name?
Morrow.
Morrow? Okay. So like it's like tomorrow.
Exactly.
First off, congratulations on your win in the Moonshine Stock feature. Thank you for beating me. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem.
So
I asked Scott how it felt to get beat by a 60-year-old car.
that car's not 60 years old. It just looks like it's supposed to be that old. Right?
It's really cool.
It is a pretty sweet looking ride there. First off, let me start by asking you, because I guess this was the first time you've been to Sandusky Speedway, not just for the Hangover Race, but just in general. What made you decide to make the trip there?
Just been hearing about it for the last couple of years, and I love going to new places and trying new tracks, and I've never been to that track, and so saw it as an opportunity to just try out a new place.
You didn't happen to hear about it from us, did you?
Nope. Actually, Dylan and Ian, sorry. They were with the 24 car.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they listen to the show. Factory Stock guys from Toledo.
Yeah. I know. I raced against them a few times way up north, a track called Onaway in Michigan.
That's right. Where exactly are you from? Tell everybody you're from up by Flint, you had told me.
Yeah, yep. Otisville, Michigan, which is about a half hour or so from Flint.
Okay. And what was getting like some weird feedback for some reason. I'm not sure where that's coming from. What's your home track that you run normally?
Lately it's been Onaway.
Okay.
I do so much traveling and bounce around from track to track. It's hard to really say that I have a home track.
So what is your racing background? Give us an idea of how you got started and where you've raced.
Okay. Well, yeah, my dad used to race. My mom has even raced a few times. And so I just grew up going to, for me, the tracks I grew up going to and watching were Auto City Speedway in Clio, and then Dixie Motor Speedway in Birch Run. And that's actually where I started, is at those two tracks. I started when I was 14 years old in a 4-cylinder truck class. Ran that for 1 year and then moved up to full-size trucks for a couple years. And by the time I was 17, 18, I was in the street stock.
And that's what you've been running since?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, I had to take a couple years off due to finances and stuff. But, yeah, street stocks and factory stocks, depending on where you go, is typically the name that they call it.
Did you ever make it down to mid-Michigan?
Yes, I have been there.
Oh, okay. You
you
didn't run you didn't run their whiteout race, did you?
I have actually, yes.
Really?
Maybe that's why that car looked familiar.
How about the one that was a soup bowl, absolutely sloppy?
Yes, yeah, it was a different chassis and actually a different body, because I have two 57 Chevy bodies for two different cars. So it was a little different chassis and body, but I was there for that one.
That was fun.
Scott was at that one.
I was just spectating that. That was
he was crew chief for the red 95 car.
Yeah. I was like, all right, way to go, Steve. So tell us about that 57 car that you had at Sandusky.
Okay, yeah, the one I ran there, it's a metric Monte Carlo chassis, and the body is mostly all original. The only thing that's not original metal is the doors. It was just a car that was rusting away here in Michigan. Just wasn't. It was a 4-door car and just was too far gone to save. And so I got it, picked it up, and just skinned it so I could put the body on my racing chassis.
And then you went and beat everybody in the Moonshine class at Sandusky with it.
Yeah.
And any chance of seeing you back next year for that race? You kind of need to defend yourself.
I definitely hope to make it back, and then I hope to make it back to Sandusky. They said that they're having some event in April.
Yeah,
I had to check more into it. They said my car would be legal summer. Try and bring it back in April.
Yeah, they have the Spring Cavalcade where they're actually going to run UMP Dirt late models in a class.
Not against you.
Not against you. And then there's another class for which basically are the Oakshade Raceway Super Stocks and the Fremont Speedway dirt trucks. And I'm guessing your car would probably fall under the Super Stock rules there for Oakshade.
Okay.
So that means I get to race you again. Hopefully there's be a different
we'll see we'll see what the warmer weather and how vehicles handle in the warmer weather.
Absolutely.
Both the same.
Did you do any special prep to the car for Sandusky for the cold?
No, actually I was sitting in my garage. The rear end was bent, and so I had the rear end out of the car, the entire body off the car. And then I saw Dylan Zielinski post about how he is getting his car ready to go, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that thing again. And so I went and had the rear end fixed. It was bent from a wreck earlier in the year, and I put the body all the way back on, and spent many hours in the garage getting ready for that one event.
So what'd you think of Sandusky Speedway?
I really enjoyed it. It was my first time ever on a half mile. I ran some like 3/8 mile tracks. Typically I just run quarter mile. And so, no, I really enjoyed trying something, on a bigger track and seeing what that was like.
So do you typically run dirt then?
No, asphalt is that car was built for asphalt, but it may be converted to a dirt car actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get a new asphalt chassis, or a used one anyway, a different one, in the spring. And if that happens, new to me. And if that happens, then, I'm hoping to kind of make that a dirt/asphalt car.
Just run anywhere.
Right.
Just
be able to
you could drive it to the track.
I don't think I could afford to drive it.
So what's next for Maverick? What is your next race? Is Sandusky the next race on your radar?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
That's probably the next one I'm gonna do. I'm still waiting to see schedules of different tracks and see what I'm gonna be able to do. I wanna travel again, as much as I can. We'll see what the cost of gas is come spring and summer.
Speaking of, when you say travel, how far out do you travel? What's the furthest track you've been to?
I've been to a track from my house. It was a little over 400 miles away. It's called Sandusky Speedway. It's way up in the UP, near Marquette.
Okay.
And so that's the furthest. It was about 6.5 hours, 7 hours each way.
So you're not traveling to like Tennessee and North Dakota, just kind of more around Michigan, northern Ohio, apparently with Sandusky as well.
Right, yeah, I've just bounced around Michigan, and that was my first time ever going into Ohio to race. Well,
Oakshade might be a little closer for you in Wauseon, so if you get that car converted to dirt, come on out and play with us out in Wauseon.
No, yeah, that'd definitely be awesome. I would enjoy it.
Didn't what's his name?
I don't know.
Have a 57. Actually, was it Chris Williams? No.
Little help there, Davey.
Oh,
Boiler, Papa Boiler.
yeah. I don't think his was a 57 Chevy, though.
No, his wasn't. What about Nick Lloyd? Didn't he drive one?
Casey Barr did down here for a while.
Somebody had a Christine car. I don't remember. They called it Christine.
That was Colin. He's part of that Boilers group. His
All right.
first name was Colin.
Never mind then. I don't know what I'm talking about. So, what'd you do with the car after you got back from Sandusky? Just kind of put it in the garage and it's going to sit there until next week. Yeah, Chris Howard. That's who I was trying to think of. Thank you, Karina.
Oh, yeah, I just put it right back in the garage. The next step is to pull the body back off yet again.
That's right. Toxic Mo had a car that kind of looked like that.
Yes, he did.
That's
This
right.
was a Ford, if I believe right.
Well, it looked old. It looked 50s. Well, congratulations again, and I guess I have mixed feelings on seeing you again since I've already lost to you once. I guess redemption would be nice, but I was actually
you never know.
I was actually excited because after Corey McCoy, who seemed to be the dominant truck in there you go, Davy's shirt. That was in that class. He had issues with his, was it the coil, I think he said?
Yeah, the coil.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard it popping and the way it shut off, I was like, man, I wonder if his hot wire fell off or either that or something electronical. I figured shut off the way it popped and shut off.
They don't know for sure what it was. Still trying to figure that out.
Well, when he pulled off, I thought, hey, this is a chance. I might actually win my first A main event ever. And then Maverick had to come and spoil it for me.
My guess.
What? You've never. That car is so fast. You have to have won a bunch of races.
I've won races, but not an A main, not a feature. I've won heats and some B mains, but never.
Okay.
My guess on the 911 truck was ignition switch. They've checked everything. They got it back in the shop, flipped the switch on, and it started right up. So it's hard to diagnose something when it's working.
When it's intermittent, yeah.
And
I'm sure we'll see him. He's going to be back.
I told
in
them
April.
that the first thing I would change then is the ignition switch.
So and
yeah, they might have to let it sit outside in the bitter cold.
Yeah.
Too, to get it to act up again.
I don't know if you heard us talking earlier, but my receiver quit because it was cold. I restarted it a couple of times during the race. I don't know.
What did you have a receiver that was working?
Yeah, mine worked. It has some corrosion, so it shut off a couple times. But I don't think it was from the cold.
I just had static.
I don't know.
I tried 4 different batteries and it was just so I just pulled the plug out on.
Oh
it. So,
yeah.
So if Chris was yelling at us, I didn't hear anything.
Oh wow.
Usually he's
So
pretty.
do you run your car on asphalt any other times or just for that?
Just for that. Mostly just do the dirt thing.
No, okay.
Actually, I think that's the only time I've run on asphalt is at Sandusky. So.
Yeah, I don't have. I think it's sometime in July. There's it's an asphalt track Onaway, but they're putting on a huge event. In July, he's hoping to get 200 cars. He does ABC style. I don't know if have you heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
So the rules are way open, and he's looking at like $150,000 payout through all the classes.
Wow.
He hopes to start like at 200 cars, 20 cars a class, so like 10 features. And even the bottom feature pays like $250 to start, $750 to win. The top A class is going to pay $10,000 to win. So I don't know if you guys like to try out new tracks or whatever. I know it's asphalt, but he's throwing a lot of money around and trying to get a lot of cars.
Send us the information on that.
I know the 35 car is not adverse to running some pavement.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he already has the dates. It's like a practice on Thursday, maybe some heat racing on Friday, and then features on Saturday. It's I think it's going to be epic. For ABC, like kind of street stocks and sportsmen's, pure stocks, all those classes fit in and stuff, and he should draw in a lot of cars from a lot of areas with the payout that he's doing.
The Michigan Pro stocks will be okay for that race?
Yeah, I think even some of your like older late models would even classify, because I know some of the guys up there, they're taking like little older late models and just putting a different front clip on them,
right?
Yeah,
and running them.
They're mainly running those older 90 Howe cars and stuff up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it because the rules are so open. You don't have to worry about fitting the rule. Going somewhere and not fitting all the rules and being illegal. There's so few rules.
Well, cool.
But yeah, no, I'll send you a message of it and of like the payouts and stuff, and something maybe you guys can maybe help spread the word and and let me know any big events. I like to travel, and when the start money helps pay for the traveling.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. Definitely like to see that, but we appreciate the time, Maverick Morrow.
Well, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, congrats again.
Yeah,
on the winning.
Yeah,
you finished second in the heat, and then won the feature event. So congratulations on it.
I don't think I had anything for that truck.
No.
He was definitely scooting around there pretty good for how cold it was.
Yeah, after he passed me, I was trying to figure out what the hell does he do? What did he do to get that thing so fast? And then by the time I tried to look at it, it was too far away. I couldn't see him anymore. Wow.
Yeah, well, he was getting down the straightaways pretty good too.
Well, good luck, and try to keep your perfect record going at Sandusky, and we'll see you in April.
I look forward to it. Yeah, it was good racing with you, and it was cool to go there, and everybody is really respectful and nice, and it was clean racing, so hopefully that can happen again in April.
Hopefully.
Maverick, we appreciate it, and the folks at Sandusky Speedway appreciate it. They told me to thank you, so.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great experience. Everybody I met was, friendly and stuff. I mean, people weren't getting out and talking too much. Everybody was trying to huddle for whatever heat they could find, wherever they could find it, but it was brutally cold, but
well, it's just stumble across the pits. My trailer always has heat and usually has lots of food, so.
Oh yeah, until people eat it.
Well, if I come back again, it won't be without an enclosed trailer. I will find one tomorrow to put my heater in. I'll have it 80 degrees in there.
All right, man.
But I appreciate it, and we'll catch you hopefully in April.
All right,
thanks
man.
a lot,
We'll
and
see
congratulations again.
Thank you very much. Bye.
There you go, Maverick Morrow, the Moonshine Stock feature winner. You think you could beat him, Dave?
I don't know. I got.
You had a late model. Just say yes.
Driving what?
Yeah, driving what? I have a terrible record in that class.
Oh, that's
How
true.
about your wife's car?
Wait, did your car pass inspection?
Yes.
Okay.
It did.
I think you've had problems with that in the past, haven't you?
Something like that.
I don't know if they ever inspected my car. I was kind of upset because I actually went to the effort to put a 2-barrel on there, and then they never checked.
Too cold.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I had a tech guy come up through right before we came out for practice. He kind of did a walkthrough on the car.
On yours?
Yeah. Well, you took off before you weren't even supposed to go out yet.
Oh, well. Nobody said, hey, stop.
Jerry, you got all the racing roundup results from this past weekend?
Sure do. And like we talked about earlier with two of our guests, Dave Gumby Jr. picking up the win in the Champagne Stock at Sandusky Speedway as part of the rescheduled Hangover Race. Maverick Morrow, who we just spoke with, picked up the win in the Moonshine Stock.
It was
and
shocking.
Richie Gregory picked up the win in the Whiskey Stock. Easy for me to say, right? Wild West Shootout concluded last weekend at Vado Speedway Park. On Friday, it was Tyler Erb picking up the win. Rusty Schlenk came home 11th. Saturday, Mike Marlar picked up the win. Once again, Schenk was 11th.
Schlenk.
Yeah, that guy. And
You're not still hungover, are you?
I sure sound like it. And then on Sunday for the finale at the Wild West Shootout, it was Mike Marlar picking up the win. Rusty Schlenk came home 14th after getting caught up with a wreck with Tyler Erb, Ricky Weiss, and Brandon Shepard. And then the Chili Bowl wrapped up on Thursday night. Christopher Bell picked up the preliminary night win on Thursday. Justin Grant won Friday's preliminary. And then Tanner Thorson picked up his first ever Golden Driller in Saturday night's finale in a tremendous feature battling with Christopher Bell. Kyle Larson came from mid-pack and was on the move, just could not get there in time. Great event, the Chili Bowl this year. See it? You can check out replays on Flow Racing.
I need to do that.
Yeah, because I tell you what, the Mav TV performance production was definitely subpar this year.
Lacking.
I don't want to say it was terrible because I understand that Bob Dillner was supposed to be there, and because of the weather and some other issues, Bob was unable to be there. So they had to throw together some of the production a little bit last minute. But I mean, I'm a big fan of Rob Klepper and Ken Stout. I thought they did a great job. Some of the backstage stuff, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well, I was so tired after racing at Sandusky, being there all day. I watched what did Mav start with? The B mains?
C
mains. I got through the C mains, the B mains, and then they were taking forever to get to the A main.
Well,
I was
track, they wanted to make sure they gave them the best track possible for the A.
Well, I understand that. I was upset with myself. I couldn't stay awake to watch it.
The preliminaries. I'll tell you what, Sammy Swindell came from, I believe it was an N main, raced all the way up to the I. Had a chance to go further and just got caught up, in traffic. Unfortunately, it's one of the, it's going to happen sooner or later racing from that deep with different cars. and obviously they're going to get tougher as you keep going forward. But Sammy was on a tear, and unfortunately, it ended his day in the I main. So Dwayne Hancock didn't get to watch his dude all the way to the front, but he damn sure put on a show.
What was the final flip count? Do you know?
I want to say it was in the high 60s, 67 or 68.
I think it was 63 before I fell asleep.
Yeah, they had a few, so
had quite a few.
Definitely a very exciting event.
Most of them were little Tommy tipovers, though.
Yeah.
There was a couple good ones.
There were a couple of good ones, no question.
Yeah.
67 according to Dean says 68. Give him one extra one. Why not?
Yeah, right.
That's what we should have done. How many? That could have been the
Chase Elliott flipped and
I saw that one.
Cleared a fence. Yeah. He went high. That was crazy.
So,
I'm sure Rick Hendrick was real pleased.
Oh, I'm sure. Thrilled.
He probably wasn't watching that.
Well, I'll bet he was.
It's exciting to see guys like Chase Elliott step out of his comfort zone. Same thing with Kyle Busch being at the Tulsa Shootout. These guys that have, didn't necessarily do a lot on the dirt. Even, Chase Elliott's dad, Bill, raced dirt late models, but Chase didn't. Chase was always primarily a pavement guy. To see them stepping out of their comfort zone, getting on the dirt and doing things like this, it's only going to make them better. And it's definitely going to open more eyes to our sport and make it bigger. So I'm all for it.
Contact Freeze Frame Photos for all your racing photo needs, from action shots to victory lane. They have all your favorite drivers. They have calendars like you see there from.
They're all the same.
From Jerry. They're different.
No, they're not. Some of them are nighttime. Some of them are side by side with other drivers.
So still time to get to
just me looking pretty.
A custom calendar made there from pictures you get to choose from. Give Charlie a call, 419-476-9978. And
there's
also
no pictures in there of the 35 passing me, though.
Thanks to Ron Miller Race Cars. Give him a call, 734-856-7223 for race cars, parts, safety, equipment, service, everything a racer needs. I think I have some needs. I think I need to update my fire suit. I threw it in the wash and I was noticing some holes in it.
Ooh.
Is it time for a new one?
Probably.
All right. So I got to call.
Holes do not protect very well.
No, I mean, it's just more frayed, kind of. It's not all the way through, but.
Well, just talk to it then.
Oh, yeah.
Fire suit. Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. It's going to be okay.
Don't be afraid.
Back to Chili Bowls. Oh my God, this ranks right up there with the best show ever. Aren't you happy to be on this one, Dave? Kaylee,
we can
Bryson.
Blame Dave. That's
okay.
Oh, thanks.
Kaylee Bryson made history Saturday night, the Chili Bowl Nationals, by driving from 10th to 1st in the second B main to become the first female to make the A main in Chili Bowl Nationals history. The first time in 36 years.
Yeah.
And she looked impressive. Say that was before I fell asleep. I was awake for that one. I was watching her run the high side. I was like, damn, look at her.
Oh yeah, she was on a roll. It was fun to watch.
Wild West Shootout had a couple of young ladies racing, and they looked very strong.
You know who they were?
Nope.
Okay. I'm glad they made that big of an impression on you.
Yeah, but before Kaylee, Harley White actually held the record for the highest finishing female.
Was it? Okay.
So now Harley's got to regroup and see if she can go back next year and get a little faster.
Got to get back there.
A little better ride.
The 2022 season for Waynesfield Raceway Park. We'll see at least 5 events. The first is coming up on Saturday, April 2nd, the Winged 410 Sprints, the Ohio Logistics National Racing Alliance 360 Sprints, and USAC D2 Thunder Midgets in action. Waynesville will return to action then Sunday, May 1st with Flow Racing All-Star Circuit of Champions. May 29th, it'll be the MPD Racing Buckeye Outlaw Sprint Series, otherwise known as BOSS. Non-wing sprints, along with winged 410 sprints, 360 sprints, and the USAC D2 Thunder Midgets. All-Stars return to Waynesfield for night number 7 of the Ohio Sprint Speed Week, Thursday, June 16th for the traditional Rick Ferkel Classic and 13th annual Jack Hewitt Classic. Speaking of Jack, we got some news on Jack coming up. 13th annual Jack Hewitt Classic will be on Sunday, July 3rd, with the Boss Sprints and the TI Performance Fast Winged 410 Sprints.
Wonder if we'll get to see Buddy Kofoid at any of those shows.
I don't know. I'm not sure what he's going to be running this year.
Yeah.
You heard anything about Buddy? What he's going to be running? Has been doing the USAC thing.
Been doing
last year, at
USAC
least.
in the midget. He looked good in the Chili Bowl as well.
He really did.
Oh yeah.
Yes. It was
Chief-
hard to make. When I made my pick, it was between Thorson and Kofoid. I thought one of those two was going to do it. So,
Waynesville promoter Shane Helms indicated there could be more dates added for other classes such as modifieds and 305 sprints to some of the shows already planned. So, for the second time in 3 seasons, Brad Sweet was voted Driver of the Year by the North American 410 Sprint Car Poll voting panel of media drivers, members, promoters. Blake Hahn was voted Driver of the Year by the North American 360 Sprint Car Poll, as a matter of fact.
Blake was fun to watch in the Chili Bowl as well. He made the show, and when they interviewed him, at that point he said, my week's complete. I made the show. I'm good to go. The rest of it's all fun from here. And that's that. How else can you look at it when you race against 400 other drivers to make you make the show?
Absolutely.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
The World of Outlaw Morton Buildings Late Model Series kicks off their 2022 season tonight through Saturday, as a matter of fact. USAC Midget since 50 sprint car shows with the new 410 team is Buddy's plans. So basically, he's running everything again.
Yes, that's what it sounds like. He's going to stay busy.
Yeah. So the World of Outlaws late models, they start in action at Volusia this weekend. So it's already racing season for them. Yes, as a matter of fact, tonight through Saturday. Ryan Newman is not retiring despite not getting another contract with Roush. So his contract was not renewed since what's his face came in, Keselowski, and then the ownership kind of changed there. So Newman plans to return to short track grassroots racing, although nothing has been officially announced since running the Chili Bowl.
Yeah, I was going to say he was at the Chili Bowl.
Dirt late model
and
racing.
Looked good.
NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour and USAC Silver Crown are on his bucket list. So
Newman, a former Silver Crown champion. So Cody Swanson and those guys better look out if Newman comes back to that. They could have their hands full with the Rocket Man.
Robert Wickens is planning a return to competitive auto racing. You remember what happened to Wickens in IndyCar at Pocono a few years ago? 2018, as a matter of fact. I thought it was longer than that. He got thrown up into the catch fence in turn 2 and was paralyzed after that. He's actually going to compete in the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge in the GT class for Brian Herta Autosport, starting with the test days, which is being called Roar Before the Rolex 24 at Daytona this weekend. And then the following weekend is the BMW Endurance Challenge 4-hour race, which happens on the same weekend as the Rolex 24 race weekend. So he's going to be competing with them. The special handbrake kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and I guess it's a race where they switch drivers. So there's a switch where it can switch back. So it's being operated by the normal pedal. So a pretty involved thing there for
Engineering masterpiece, man.
Yeah, and doctors thought he would never walk or do anything again. He would never race again, and he's proven them wrong. And it's only been, 4 years? Not even 4 years. Wait, not even 5 years.
Yeah.
My math is off. It's one of those nights.
Never was your long suit, though.
No. Sprint Cars on Ice will be having a practice event on February 5th in Lake City, Michigan for a race event that's coming up on February 26th on East Bay at Prudentville, Michigan. We'll have to get somebody on prior to that race at the end of February. So this will be the first official Sprint Cars on Ice event in Michigan.
Maybe we can get some videos from that.
Maybe. I bet you we could go if you wanted to drive up there.
No.
Okay.
I had my fill of really cold weather last weekend, Scott.
Okay. On Saturday and Sunday, the ARCA Menard Series unloaded for preseason testing at Daytona International Speedway. Tyler Carpenter won the Gateway Dirt Nationals back in December. Driver from West Virginia. He won, was it the Barney a couple years ago at Oakshade?
Could be.
See the Barney or the birthday race? I think it was
It
the
was
Barney.
Barney.
Okay.
It was the Barney.
I think it was the Barney. So yeah,
We'll go with that.
Winning the Gateway Dirt Nationals, he earned a NASCAR Truck Series ride at the Knoxville race later this year, the dirt truck race that kind of replaced the Eldora race. Well, he was running at Daytona with the ARCA guys. Nice Motorsports placed him in an ARCA Menard Series car, making his Daytona debut this past weekend. Carpenter ended up. How fast do you think he was out of 64 cars? Where do you
I
think
know
he
the
ranked?
answer, so I won't answer.
That's why I'm asking him, not you.
12th.
He was 50th.
Ooh,
50th out of 64. He wasn't slowest.
right.
So there's that. 174.527 miles per hour. I'd be happy with that for
Yeah.
first time at Daytona. So.
One of the young guns at the Chili Bowl, Jesse Love, was also there at ARCA. He was in the top 5, and he was flying. So, but he's not going to be able to race because he's not 18 yet. But they did let him test. So that young man's definitely got a bright future ahead of him.
Aren't a lot of series getting rid of that minimum age rule?
They're starting to, but I think with ARCA being owned by NASCAR is a little bit more rigid about it. So it is what it is. I hate it for
So
guys like
strict.
that who's very
Could be an
talented
insurance
driver.
thing.
That's it. I mean, it's tough to do if you go,
So Chris Madden was fastest in World of Outlaw Morton Buildings late model series practice at Volusia Speedway Park yesterday in preparation for the season opener tonight through Saturday. Speaking of that has to do with this week's How Many. First, let's recap last week's How Many. How many champagne stocks were going to be checked in for the Hangover Race? That number was
Ta-da-da!
10.
Yeah.
And I picked 12, so I was closest among us.
Yeah.
And Kurt Dickey picked 11.
All
He's
right.
our winner of a Big D's Pizza because he was closest there with that.
Kurt Dickey, if you get over to Big D's Pizza, bring some back, please. I hate to beg, but man, that stuff is good.
Yeah, he could stop by here. He's kind of on the way.
Yeah.
He's got to travel a little further. So this week's How Many? A chance to win a Big D's Pizza is we're going to go with the car number again instead of the actual How Many. Saturday's World of Outlaw late model winning car number at Volusia.
Guess who gets to go first? Scott?
6. I pick 6.
Ooh.
What are you pointing at, Jerry? Oh, you're pointing at me. I got you. I thought you were pointing at. I was confused. What do you got, Jerry? We'll make Jerry pick next.
You can maybe pick next.
Yeah.
I'm going with the guy we talked about who was fastest in practice, that 44 of Chris Smokey Madden. I think he's on fire. I think he's going to start the season right where he left off at the end of the year and be right on top of the charts here.
57.
Okay.
I think Dean Henry's a little bit closer, but he's a little biased.
Yeah, think.
Love to see the number 9 in
I
Victory
just scrolled
Lane.
back up to see that one. Yeah. And Dave, since you're here, you get a pick too.
39.
39. DG. All right. Now, if you'd like,
pick the 76.
if you'd like a chance to win a Big D's Pizza, just put the number of who you think the winning car number is going to be in Saturday's main event at Volusia. And if you pick the winner, and more than one person has picked the winner, we'll spin the Big D's Pizza wheel and determine
Right.
who gets it. If you're the only one that picked that number, then you will get the Big D's Pizza. If a car number wins that's not one that was chosen, we'll get who's ever closest. And if there's a tie with who's ever is closest, whatever number is closest to that. Does that all make sense? If not, just listen to the show next week. We'll sort it all out. It'll all make sense then.
Even if it doesn't make sense.
Nothing makes sense tonight. I have no idea what's going on. Nothing makes sense at all. This weekend's Big D's Pizza racing menu, there is nada on the list for racing around here. And
If you
Real
wanna
quick,
see
I do
race-
got another piece of news.
Oh, yes, you do.
Well,
Two
couple
pieces
of
of
them.
news.
Before you do the breaking news,
Okay.
You mentioned Waynesfield and the National Racing Alliance. National Racing Alliance has released their schedule for 2022. Features their opening night on April 2nd at Waynesfield Raceway Park, several events at Attica, I-75 Raceway down in Tennessee, I-96 in Michigan, events with the USCS, also with the Great Lakes Super Sprints. Make sure you head over to nrassprintinvaders.com for more details on their schedule in 2022.
Yeah, I added your screen.
Yay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now you got some breaking news.
Uh-oh. Breaking news. Those of you who have enjoyed my commentary at the racetracks, I'm staying at Lima Lane on Friday nights. However, my Saturday nights are going to change in 2022. Last year, I was at Shady Bull Speedway and had a blast, had a ball. Can't thank Rick and Sherry enough for everything that they did for me, allowing me to come and be the voice of their track in 2021. But in 2022, on Saturday nights, I will now be at the Montpelier Motor Speedway for Larry Bowes on Saturday nights. Back to the dirt for me on Saturdays. Can't wait. Going to be a good time. Larry, let me come help out at the Rumble, and it's been a lot of fun. We did the last few races there at Montpelier for him, the Monster Mash and all that too. So, like we talked about earlier, in a roundabout way, this is all Pam Henrich's fault. Last year, I was supposed to be at Oakshade helping Scott, and Pam never got back with me. So I went ahead and took the job at Shady Bowl, and now all this circles back around, and I'm back to dirt and working for Larry at Montpelier. So looking forward to that. Hate not being at Shady Bowl and with all the friends that I made last year, but going to be a good time.
Congratulations.
There you go. Thank you.
We do have a Hammer Down hotline call from this past week. And last week on the show, we were talking about the fighting rules at the Chili Bowl Nationals.
Right.
There's the number if you want to call. Leave a message on the Hammer Down hotline anytime. We'll play it back at the end of the show. 419-318-3081. That's 419-318-3081. And we had a call that had an opinion, more of a question, I think, about the fighting rules and regulations. And I guess it's Pick on Pam night or something, I think. Here you go.
Good morning, Hammer Down Hotline. Loved the show last night. Calling in regards to the Tulsa shootout, Chili Bowl fighting rules. I am all for it. My only concern is, would that require certain track officials at Oakshade to be issued tasers? Pam, with a taser, would be a very scary thing. Thanks, guys. Great show again. See you next week. Bye.
Obviously, he wasn't listening to this week's show. It was a great show, but yeah, Pam with a taser would be very entertaining, I would think.
I think you'd get shocked in the tower. You wouldn't even.
I think Chrissy with a taser would be more entertaining.
Oh, boy.
I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'd pass on that
Yeah,
one.
all right. No tasers. No tasers involved. We're going back to, it's like hockey, They can fight
Start
until
scrapping,
somebody
once it
gets
goes
an
to the ground,
advantage. Yeah. Then they just get in there and break it up. That's it. You don't need tasers. They don't use tasers in hockey. There's no crying in baseball. I do have one.
Well, what a surprise.
Oh, great. Do I have to come to the tower this year? Hey, Jerry, you want to trade? I'll go down to Montpelier. You can.
Not a chance.
I have a feeling this year is going to be shocking at Oakshade.
Pam,
dad
just make
joke.
sure there's video, please.
Yep.
Oh, my
No
goodness.
video. It never happened.
Thanks to associate producer Dave Kimmer, field correspondents Matt Swander, John Young, Doug Dock for helping us out. We've got a couple of, hopefully some good shows coming up in the next few weeks here. Next week, we're going to talk to Christopher McCrone. He's the guy that's behind putting together that Ohio Motorsports Park over there near Lorraine.
Right, the new racetrack.
The brand new racing facility with go-kart tracks, and then a dirt track eventually is going to be there with the hopes of getting is it the All Stars and the World of Outlaws? I don't.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Chris about that next week. He's agreed to come on and give us an update and where things stand, what his plans are, and what's gonna happen. I hope. And then 2 weeks from tonight, Jerry's buddy's gonna join us. Mr. Jack Hewitt will be our guest. So some pretty cool stuff coming up.
Mark your calendar for that one.
Absolutely, that ought to be fun.
Every week's fun.
Well, it's always organic.
Yeah, it's very organic.
I think we can probably...
Tonight was a little too organic, I think.
We can probably recruit some of our friends in Australia with some Jack Hewitt stories, too.
Oh, I'm
In
sure of that.
In the comment section.
Thanks
Call
to our
into the
sponsor.
Hammer Down Hotline with
Okay.
your Jack Hewitt questions and stories that you'd like to share, and we can have that all ready to go for you on February 3rd. So there you go, 419-318-3081. Call in with your questions and stories about Jack Hewitt to share with us on Thursday, February 3rd show when Jack is here live with us on the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Assuming they are shareable.
Well,
Yes. Well,
we're not bound by FCC rules, so.
Yeah.
just remember that Jack
Yeah.
didn't put everything in his book because there's some stories he just can't share. They'll be in the
He's saving that for
version that
next-
comes out after he passes away.
Thanks to our
Volume
sponsors,
2.
Oakshade Raceway, Big D's Pizza, Ron Miller Race Cars, Free Frame Photos, and Dippin' Motorsports. And just remember, Pam has a taser
Or two.
or two.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could jumpstart your car with that if you needed to.
I don't know. Try it on yours.
I'm going to pass on that. Thanks to Dave Gumby Jr. for joining us tonight. Congratulations again on being the reigning Hangover Race champion. And hope to see you defend that next year.
He's the reigning Cupid Shootout champion, too.
He's the only Cupid Shootout winner ever in the one-time history of that event.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
But he is the reigning champion.
This is true. And always will be, probably.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Thanks to Maverick Morrow as well for joining us. And we do apologize for all the technical issues, the organic issues we were having tonight. We'll get them all sorted out for next week again with Christopher McCrone. He actually has a McCrone Motorsports go-kart whole operation. So
Okay.
it'll be cool to get to know more about that.
We'll talk about that.
Get Gumby a ride in that, too. He'll be winning in that before we know
There
it.
you go.
I got my own cards. I'm good there.
I wonder if they have an event like you have.
He's fun to watch in go-karts.
Ugh.
What's that event you have in October? Where you
Well, we have one
so many-
coming up here in March, actually.
the drinking thing?
Yep.
You're
Beer
doing
chug
it again?
race. Yep, we do 2 a year, and then me and Corey are
I
also.
now own a cart. I can be there.
Oh, there you go.
I
Well-
think you have to come in costume from what I've seen.
Ish.
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 We'll go with that.
I mean, I got the Fred Flintstone outfit. I'm ready.
You'll fit in just fine with Corey and his Mario
crew.
Kart stuff.
Yeah, me and Corey
Perfect.
actually been in cahoots. He wants to do a Saturday night race. We got some lights going up and everything. One of the nights that we're not running Fremont. Let's come out and host a race, so it's gonna have fun.
Very cool.
As long as before Montpelier's starting early this year.
Yeah, we're starting pretty early, beginning of April, I do believe. I had to double check
Yeah.
my schedule. I've definitely got myself painted into a corner again, so, but worth it. No place I'd rather be than a racetrack. So
Might have to get some video of that. You let me know when that is if I'm not busy. Maybe I'll come out and cover it as official Hammer Down Racing Report correspondent.
Hey, want to?
And it can be live. Therefore, if crap happens, it was live. I couldn't control it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Scott, looking at the comment section, I got to thank all our listeners for hanging in there, you know?
Yeah. All right. We'll see you
Yeah.
next Thursday, 7 o'clock. Make sure to listen to us on iHeartRadio or whatever your favorite podcasting platform is. It's probably better, too.
night, everybody.
We'll see you.
Why, does
Almost.
iHeart edit us out?
No,
Oh.
but I edit it a little bit.
Okay.
Not much. It's usually the same stuff.
Oh, Chris Mize showed up, by the way.
Oh, did he?
I'm late.
Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris. All right, bye, Chris. We're out. We'll see you next week.
Bye, Chris.
I'm late. Oh, that's the beginning of the show. All right, here we go.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report, available on demand on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting platform.